Hi, fellow traders. Welcome to another week. Well, this week didn't start off great. I thought this was going to be a blowout day for me. I really did, but then I did have that apprehension. I kept myself centered, just like I was telling you guys this morning. I, just gotta wait and see what this market does at the open, and what is it going to do. And even though it sold off all day, I mean, it ticked down all day. I think we lost, or maybe 6 points or so throughout the day on the SPY, but it just kind of ticked down, and then you could see the indecision. And the sellers were winning out, but there were people buying, and then you would see some selling, and then you get people buying, and I guess people trying to guess that this is the bottom, or this is the bounce, or this is where the market's going to turn. And I never did get any real good, consistent, big move like I was looking for. And, but I didn't end the day red. I'm ready to move on, and we'll tackle tomorrow. So we'll take a look at the day here in a minute. But I get asked a lot, why do you do what you do? Why do you teach? Why do you mentor? And I do what I do because I'm passionate about it. I don't do it just for money. Yeah, I get paid because I value myself. I value my time. So, of course, I'm going to get paid for it. But, yes, I can make more money if I just focused on trading and worked it out. But I love teaching. It's what I professionally do. And I have a genuine passion for it. That's why I was able to be as effective as I was in the classroom and do the things that I did. I wish I was able to make enough money to give my family what I want to give them and do the things I want to do. But I just couldn't. But I still wanted to teach. And I still touch all of those students in the classroom through their teachers, because I teach their teachers how to do what I do. And they have to go through my class in order to get into the classroom. So I'm affecting more people now. And I really, really enjoy that. That's my passion. That's my heart. I have standards. I have values. And I have to stand by it. That's why I don't affiliate with anybody. I don't have affiliations with like Trade Ideas or DOS or anybody like that, because that, to me, that's a conflict of interest. DOS as a company trades. They're involved in trading. Trade Ideas, the owners, the people that run it, are involved in trading. So all of the brokers, they're involved in trading. So I can't be in business with somebody who's potentially could be against me. I can't be in business with them. Now, if I have to use their services because that's a means to an end, I don't have a choice. But I do have a choice whether to actually be in business with them, and I choose not to do that. Obviously I'm not doing this teaching and mentoring and all that to make a living. It's a good side hustle, but trading is where I make my money. Teaching is my passion, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to bring 120% every day. And you guys in the community know some days, my head is about to explode from the migraines I get. But I'm going to still give 120%. I'm going to still be here. I'm going to do what I need to do in order to get better. Friday, I'm going to this conference that everybody knows. I talk about E.T. or Eric Thomas. He's right now the #1 motivational speaker in the world. And I'm going to a conference that he's putting on Friday. that's gonna help me provide a better service to you guys. And no, I'm not, when I come back, I'm not raising my prices. I'm not doing anything. You know, I want to provide a better value, a better service for you doing what I do. And I realize I've got to stay on top of things. I got to stay up on technology. Now, you guys know Tony Robbins. He's been around for a long time. I remember listening to him way back when. And then there's this guy, Dean Graziosi, who was this big infomercial guy. You know, 20 years ago, I remember buying one of his programs, and I actually put it into practice, and you know, I made some decent money on the side with it for a while. But like everything else, things change, and I didn't stay in tune or up with the industry. With the advent of the computer and the internet, that kind of changed the dynamic of it, and I didn't stay on top of it because I was immersed in my teaching and stuff. But I mention these two guys because, I mean, I saw a webinar that they put together, and it was supposed to be about people who have internet businesses who give a service, information, or classes over the internet. Turned out to be one big damn infomercial, and they're telling people that you don't need to know what you're going to teach. You can go out and pull third-party information in and present it and get paid for it. So now I understand why this industry is starting to get cheapened. And, you know, I just hope it doesn't destroy it. But I was so pissed off. My wife and I looked at it, and as it was going on, we just looked at each other and said, what the, you know what? Because it was awful. But I do what I do for passion. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to give you less. These videos I do on YouTube are on my own free time. Some days I don't get to do them, and I just don't get to do them. I got other things to do with my family, you know, and I don't get to do it. But for the most part, I try to put them out. And I do it because I have a passion for sharing. And I speak with so much passion, and I'm so involved in what I say because I lived it. I know what's BS and I know what's not because I've been through the fire. I've been fooled. You know, I've been scorned. And I know what's right and what's not right. And that's why, another reason why I'm so passionate about what I'm sharing is because I didn't read it out of a book. I didn't pull it from some third party and I'm regurgitating it to you. I'm sharing with you my life, my path. So that's where all that comes from. All right, so let's take a look at what we did today. Now, my first trade was on ON. This was a 5-minute opening range breakdown here. Here's the first 5-minute candle. Here's a low. Because of my uncertainty with the day, I stuck with my 5-minute. I didn't go to 3-minute, which is a little bit more aggressive. And I'll do that when I'm really feeling the market that day. I wasn't feeling it today. So I get in, opening range breakdown. First target is around here, the low of the pre-market low. I got it a couple ticks above it because we were having problems around here, but I did just put it at 1805 instead of 18. And then my next target was going to be down here. And what happened was I took half off and I was getting ready to put in my next target in the stop. And I accidentally typed in the wrong price. Instead of 18, I typed in 10, and the rest is history. You know, with it being 10, it failed immediately, and that was that. So I really need to get my glasses, or make these numbers bigger. So I'll probably just make them bigger because it'll take a couple of weeks for me to get my glasses in. But, you know, I'm just at a denial that I don't need them. You know how you have to admit you're getting older when you have to wear glasses in order to see. So I'm in denial about that. But kind of, it didn't really cost me anything because, well, I don't know, because I probably would have been stopped out up here on this, and I wouldn't have been able to hold it, and it never did hit 73. I think it might have got to 75. So I'm not even sure that I would have even held this long. But this was a nice move. I mean, a nice win on this. You know, I have 500 shares, just over 30 cents. I mean, that's not bad. Starting back with $5,000 this month, starting over every month with $5K is, I mean, not a bad gain on that. But here's where I got ticked off this morning. ALLK, this one was on our watch as well, and it didn't look like it wanted to take off at the open. It just looked like it was just not going to go anywhere. Then we had the huge breakout candle. Could not catch that. So we waited, and once it came back and it started to bounce, here's a nice candle here. We held the 9. This candle printed. As soon as it made a higher high relative to this candle, that's my trigger to enter. I entered, and then it pulled all the way back to the 20. So what happened here was I miscalculated my stop. And I realized it as soon as I got in and I was going to put my stop in. And I'm like, oh no, this is not going to work. I wanted to give it a max loss of $150 to $200. I ended up having to give it 3 in order for it to make sense. And it didn't quite it didn't quite do what it needed to do. So I ended up getting stopped out, and it bounced here, and by then I was just like, man, this market's just crap. I need to go. And I'll come back after lunch, and that's what I did. I checked out, and came back after lunch and saw this move and got pissed again. So when we got the pullback, I got in, and it ran up, hit my target, and I got some, and then it pulls back and stops me out at break even. And so after it made this move, I got back in, and you know, I got a little piece of it because I started to see the price action getting a little crappy. So I lightened up, and it ended up stopping me out at break even. So not bad. Only $90.50 today. But better than being red. You know, better than being red. So I'll take it, and we'll move on to Tuesday. So all day hold on Apple did not profit like I expected it to. We did make some decent money, but not what I wanted to get out of this. I really thought we could get $1,500, maybe $2,000 out of this today. But like I said, the market didn't sell like I thought it would. It just kind of stair-stepped its way down. It didn't get to my 192 target. And so when we finally lost the 20, here we closed above it, but it never did trigger me to take it off. Here it did. And you know, eventually at the open it did come down, but it never did get to my target. So, you know, I'll take it again. Let's see, just under $760 on this. Like I said, all day holds I like to see twice as much if I'm holding in this account, you know, where I could take some size on it and be comfortable with it. You know, I could take 500 shares, but I wouldn't be comfortable. 300 is where I'm comfortable, and I should have been able to make $1,500 on this if it did what it was supposed to do, but the market just wasn't what I wanted it to be today. So we'll take what it gave us, and we'll move on. We're coming back tomorrow, see if we can grab another all-day hold, if another one is setting up for us. DIS, with the market selling off, it hit my profit target, so I had to close it out the last bit of this DIS swing. This was a little disappointing. It only reached my first target. I was able to add and hit it again. So we did make some decent money on it, but this last leg was just disappointing. So we'll see what the market's going to bring tomorrow. We'll see we get some more selling, try to, you know, pick it up so we can make some good money. You know, we'll see. But you guys, that's going to do it for me. You guys have a great night, a great evening, and we'll catch you in the morning.